just begin to relax and make yourself comfortable. Perhaps you'll notice the atmosphere around you, the way the air brushes against your skin, quiet and unhurried, just like the surface of a gentle pond at dusk. And it's interesting how when you look at still water, any little thing, a breeze, the flutter of a bird, creates those delicate ripples that fade ever so softly. And maybe you can just let your attention settle, much like that pond, gently allowing thoughts and feelings, even those critical ones, to simply come and go without needing to stir the whole of the surface. And as you notice the rhythm of your own breathing, just imagine a leaf loosely floating, carried by the pond's calm, effortless current. The leaf doesn't fight the water. It just moves where it goes, trusting that the current knows where it needs to be. And with each slow inhale, imagine that leaf gliding a bit further away. And with each exhale, let yourself drift a little deeper into the comfort of this stillness, allowing the ordinary sounds around you to become just the gentle lapping of the water at the shore, welcoming a sense of peace to unfold within. And there are some people who believe a pond is only beautiful when it's perfectly clear. And there are others that believe that even fallen leaves and bursts of colour, or only imperfections, make the scene more alive, more real. And now as you float with that leaf, maybe you notice how it's possible to appreciate what's here in the moment, allowing what is to simply be enough, just for now. The pond, like the mind, is shaped by what it holds. And sometimes the habit of criticizing ourselves or others is just a ripple pattern started long ago, a response to some old wind that long faded. And what if, just for today, you allow yourself to be curious about those ripples, about where they came from, without judging them, without holding on to them. Anyone who's ever tended a pond never expects perfection. Instead, they skim away what floats on top. Trust that some leaves belong and others can be taken away. And when something disturbs the water, perhaps a branch dips low or a bird lands a bit clumsily, we smile, knowing that the pond will find its balance once more. And it's interesting how in the hands of those who look after ponds, forgiveness is as natural as breathing. And sometimes letting go is the best gesture. Nothing more than allowing the water to settle without interruption. And as you rest here, thinking of this pond, you might begin to sense now that you have permission to notice the strengths within you that you overlooked. To recognize that every person, yourself included, is a rich collection of stories, of mistakes, of resilient colors. And even when criticism arises, either towards yourself or someone else, it becomes something to gently observe rather than a command to obey. And there may be times when you begin to wonder how it would feel to look at yourself, even just for a moment, through the eyes of a gentle friend, seeing not only what needs improvement, but everything that is quietly growing and changing just beneath the surface. And if you've ever watched a pond, you've seen how it reflects the sky above. And you know the view keeps changing. Clouds drift in, sunlight glides across, and nothing stays the same for long. And in the same way, within you, it's okay to open space for compassion, replacing old habits of criticism with a soft kind of curiosity. And you can just imagine that each time you notice something critical arise, you can let it float just for a moment. Watch it and choose whether to keep it or simply let it drift away. And over time, the habit of gentleness will grow, and the surface becomes so much more than a reflection of imperfection. It becomes a living story of acceptance. And as you rest here, you can take a comfortable breath. And as you do, you can begin to notice the feelings of your body against the surface beneath you, the subtle rhythms of the room returning. The pond still rests within your mind, but now you're slowly bringing your awareness back to the present moment, carrying with you the calm and gentle possibilities of a new way of seeing. And as the sounds around you grow clearer and the lights shift in the room, you can just allow your eyes to open and let the clarity of this moment guide you back to the here and now. And in the coming days, as you move through your familiar routines, you may find yourself noticing a gentler voice inside, choosing compassion where criticism once lived. And sometimes you'll find that kindness just bubbles up naturally, as if you've always known how to let it flow. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. You've done something important by allowing this time for yourself. And if you'd like to explore more gentle ways of being, you can come back to this session at any time. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.